One of these photos is 200 megapixels while the other one is 50 megapixels. Now, can you really tell the difference here? No? Well, how about now if I zoom it in? Okay, maybe now. Some of you eagle-eyed folks out there might be able to tell the difference, maybe on a larger TV or something, but for everyone that's like me, all you care about are the colors and the overall look of the picture. So today we're putting up the two biggest Android flagships in the US against each other to see which one is the best camera. So we have the S25 Ultra with a 200 megapixel camera and the Pixel 9 Pro with a 50 megapixel camera. First, comfort. Which one feels better in the hand? When you're taking a selfie or recording a video, the Pixel 9 Pro is the clear winner. Samsung did improve the curves this year over the S24 Ultra, and it's better to hold now, but the Pixel 9 Pro still feels nicer and far more comfortable in the hand. Worth noting that this is the XL model of the Pixel, so while it's very close in size to the S25 Ultra, it's overall still a little smaller. So that size difference, coupled with the fact that the Pixel has glossy sides and far more rounded edges, helps significantly with grip when using it case-free, and it just feels really nice and secure in the hand. With that said, the Pixel 9 Pro also launches the camera significantly quicker than the S25 Ultra. Essentially, I can open the camera on the Pixel 9 Pro and take a picture before the S25 Ultra even opens up the camera. It's a small difference, but when you need to capture a moment, whether it's your pet, your kid, or a friend, it can mean the difference between getting the shot or missing it. Of course, Samsung could fix this with an update, but for now, it's just something to keep in mind. Now for the camera UI. While different, they're similar enough. Samsung's UI feels more iPhone-like, while the Pixel has a simple toggle at the bottom to switch between photo and video. Now, Samsung does let you customize the bottom bar to put your favorite options front and center, which is a really nice feature that I actually wish everyone else would copy. But the Pixel's overall UI is just really smooth and easier to use, and definitely easier to understand if you're not tech savvy. They both approach a lot of the little things very different, like swiping up on the camera in the Pixel opens up your options, while on the S25 Ultra, it just flips the camera around. Both of them are of course going to have slow-mo, portrait mode, night mode, and all the features that you really expect at this point. But Google went more for an AI focus, while Samsung set itself apart by adding a bunch of pro camera controls in both photo and video modes. So if you want to use this to shoot short films or edit raw video, then the S25 Ultra is automatically the better choice. Now, of course, both of these phones have fantastic zooming capabilities. However, the Pixel maxes out at 30x, while the Samsung allows you to go all the way to 100x. Talking about lenses, there's an important lens that many people don't upgrade, and that is those webcams that are on your monitors and on your laptops. That's where today's sponsor for the video comes in, the EMEET 4K Piko Plus webcam. It's a fantastic little webcam with clear audio for your calls. It's AI powered, so everything will be in proper focus. Even if you don't have the proper lighting, it's gonna look basically like you have a DSLR connected to your laptop or to your computer. Heck, you could even connect this to a phone. When comparing it here to the Logitech MX Brio, which is a top-of-the-line camera that's really expensive, you can kind of see the differences here. And the Piko still manages to have better HDR, better focusing, and it just looks incredibly crystal clear. In the box, it comes with a little stand, and it even comes with a cute little panda-like privacy cover, so you can cover the camera whenever you don't want. That way you don't feel like, anyone's hacked into your computer or anything. At the same time, it features a cute little design that just looks so nice, and it doesn't look overbearing or anything like that like some of the other devices do. So make sure to check out the EMEET Piko Plus webcam down below in the description. And with that, thanks to EMEET for sponsoring this video, and let's keep talking cameras. The S25 Ultra comes with 4 lenses, a 200 megapixel main sensor, a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto, which is the 5x zoom, a 10 megapixel telephoto, which is the 3x zoom, and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide. Then it of course also has that front facing camera, which is also 12 megapixels. Meanwhile, the Pixel 9 Pro keeps things a lot more simple with only 3 lenses on the back, with a 50 megapixel main sensor, a 48 megapixel periscope telephoto lens, which is the 5x zoom, and a 48 megapixel ultra wide, as well as a 48 megapixel front facing camera. So I guess in total you can say that the S25 Ultra has 5 lenses and the Pixel has 4. But ultimately with the Pixel, you are missing one lens compared to the Galaxy. In daily use, I don't personally miss it. You could even argue that Google's focusing on quality over quantity since all of its lenses have higher megapixel counts than the Galaxy. But honestly, the specs don't matter. That 200 megapixel number doesn't matter, and neither does that 50 megapixel number. I care about the final image. I care about the color. And right now on social media, there seems to be a trend where people are even going to get older cameras with nicer colors, with Kodak colors, with Fuji colors that just look really nice and give you a vibe. And I think slowly we're gonna see all these companies shift towards that. But as it stands, let's take a look at how these phones perform and how the photos look. And I'll reveal which is which shortly after this comparison. Alright, so side A was the Pixel 9 Pro XL, while B was the S25 Ultra. For me, some shots looked better on each phone. It really was a toss-up, but I ended up preferring the S25 Ultra's images, especially in the selfie department. Interestingly, Samsung opted for a 12 megapixel front camera, and it's much lower than Google's 48 megapixel cameras, but it takes far better pictures, at least from what I've noticed. Just a lot of the selfies that I've taken with the Pixel just look a little off to me. It does some weird processing things that I noted in a previous video that they still haven't fixed, where what you see on the screen isn't actually what you get, and you'll see like kind of things shift once it actually processes it, and too many things change for my liking, while the Ultra actually just stays truer to what you see before taking the shot. I also noticed that while both phones have a normal and zoomed out selfie mode for group photos, the standard lens on the Pixel is a bit too wide for my liking. It just makes some of the selfies look slightly awkward compared to the Ultra. It kind of gives the face a little bit of that fish eye vibe in a lot of cases, and I'm not a fan of that. Ultimately, of course, it comes down to personal preference, but it's worth mentioning. Now on the flip side, the Ultra's wide-angle selfie camera isn't actually very wide, so capturing large groups of photos can be challenging. And since you get that much wider lens on the Pixel, it's going to make it much easier not just to include a big group, but also to include more things in the background. If you're solo traveling or anything like that and you want to take a selfie with like skyscrapers in the background and dogs and people, then it's going to be much easier on the Pixel. So I definitely prefer the wide angle selfie camera on the Pixel as it's far more versatile, but the standard selfie camera on the S25 Ultra. Now what about video? How do stabilization, dynamic range, and low light compare? Well, first off, they can both record 8K video, which in my opinion is still a bit of a gimmick, but it's on there on both. The biggest difference, however, is that to get the 8K file on the Pixel, it has to go through Google's Video Boost. This is where Google basically uploads the video to their servers and does some AI magic, and after some time, depending on the length of the video, you basically get a significantly improved video. Meanwhile, the S25 Ultra does that 8K natively without needing Wi-Fi or anything like that. Now, one of the cool things about Google's Video Boost is that you can actually use it on any video that you shoot on the rear camera. So Even a normal 4K, you can just turn on video boost, and after some time, it's gonna bring you back a video that has basically anything that was wrong with it improved. In this clip, you can kind of see a comparison, a very quick just shot of my desk here that went through video boost and without video boost, and basically everything was improved. The noise performance is so much better. If this phone was able to film in low light like it is after the video boost, I would instantly just say like, this is the best Android camera out there. But unfortunately, this like 5-second clip took like 20 minutes to get back to me, which kind of sucks. So I'm not personally interested in uploading videos to Google servers every time I want to improve a video. That just seems like a waste of time for me. And you have to use data or Wi-Fi. So, you know, it'll be cool if eventually maybe this could be processed on device and, you know, use the AI chip on the device to actually improve the video. But for now, you have the feature. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, well then basically don't have the feature. Now for video stabilization, the Pixel has standard, locked, and active, and they're very easy to select on the settings, while the S25 Ultra basically just has one button for steady shot. You can turn off stabilization in the settings, but that should always remain on. So you really get only one option here. I really do prefer the way that the Pixel has the layout to select what you want, and it kind of shows you what each one is gonna do. I think that makes it very easy for everyone. Regardless, testing steady shot along with active on the Pixel, these are both really top of the line sensors, top of the line cameras with top of the line stabilization. This is me running, and you can see that both devices are doing a great job of staying stable. So let's move on directly to the most important part, which is a blind video test, so you can actually see how these look. I'll reveal which is which after the fact, with both of them recording at 4K 30 frames per second, unless I state otherwise in these videos. Alright, so here is the audio coming out of the Pixel 9 Pro XL to hear how that sounds right here, as if you're just making a video and talking. And here is the audio coming out of the S25 Ultra to hear how that sounds. So which one sounds better? We of course have a lot of background noise as well. We're here panning, you see all the colors as well. And you can see there which camera is better. Really curious to hear what you guys think here. Of course, here on the screens, I see very, very different results. I visually like what I see on the screen more on the Samsung. It's vibrant, it's more colorful, but it really all depends really on the final product, on the export, and how it looks on YouTube. So again, side A was the Pixel while B was the S25 Ultra. Some of you might have thought I would have switched it up, but no, kept them in the same place. I'm playing chess over here, folks. Not actually, but what side did you prefer? Ultimately, it's so subjective on which one processes the colors and what you overall prefer. Personally, I ended up preferring the colors coming out of the Samsung. There's times where I'll be like, oh, this looks horrible, that looks horrible, and I'll flip-flop. But just overall, I preferred the Samsung, which is interesting because traditionally Samsung would lean towards those oversaturated colors, but I feel like here in a lot of these videos, a lot of the pictures pictures that I've taken, they've gone towards very clean, natural colors that look really good. In some cases, they actually look like they were taken with a proper camera, but definitely comment down below and let me know which ones you prefer. I'm curious, because if I were choosing between these two devices purely for photography and social media creation, the Ultra would be my pick, since it offers more camera control, better selfie results in my opinion, and more versatility overall to treat the phone a bit more like an actual point and shoot camera at times. But if I were to take into account absolutely everything about the phone, even the price and everything else we haven't talked about, I would still recommend the Pixel 9 Pro. The price difference just isn't worth it. If you can trade in your phone and get a really good trade-in deal and it ends up being just as pricey as the Pixel 9 Pro, then maybe actually consider them with equal weight. But there's still something to be said about the fact that the Pixel is running clean Android. It's from Google. Overall, I like it more visually. The build quality feels nice, while the S25 Ultra is just this big slab of technology, which I also love, but for different reasons. Ultimately, so many factors to consider, but let me know which one you would choose. If they were free, which one would you go for? Let me know in the comments. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.